earth beneath the tree pulsed. Not like a heartbeat, slower, older, like something that hadn't moved in years, shifting for the first time. There was no light down there, no air, just roots. Packed soil, wet stone, and silence, until now. She had been buried folded, knees drawn up, arms tied with vine, eyes covered in ash. They thought binding her would quiet the thing she had become. But the bindings had rotted, and the ash had faded. And now, she remembered, not all at once. First, it was the feeling of breath, then sound, then the memory of a name that had been taken from her. Her fingers moved first, just a twitch, a stretch against the soft, wet soil, then her jaw. Her mouth didn't open, it cracked, and when it cracked, the tree above her blinked. She remembered the veil, the screaming. The roots wrapped around her ankles as they pushed her into the earth. She had screamed until her throat tore, but the tree liked that. It fed on that. They had offered her in secret. They danced above her body while it was still warm. They prayed to the wrong god and buried her before she stopped breathing. And now she was breathing again. Far above her, the living bride had touched the tree. She had called her without meaning to, and the dead do not ignore a call. Her eye opened beneath the dirt, one eye, white and dry. And in the dark, under layers of old earth and betrayal, the buried bride smiled. The bride pulled her hand away from the tree. It didn't resist, it didn't grab her. But the bark stayed warm, and for a moment, her skin clung to it, like two pieces of wet cloth pressed together. She took a step back. Everything felt still. No wind, no birds, not even the distant echo of drums, just the creak of the tree behind her, breathing like something too big to see all at once. She looked down at her hands, her veins. They were darker than before, not black, not bruised, but gray, like old ink diluted in water crawling under her skin. They twitched once, then settled. She blinked, trying to clear her head, and that's when it started, a smell, wet soil, burned cloth, old blood. It wasn't around her. It was inside her. She fell to her knees, clutching her stomach, not from pain, from confusion. Her body felt heavier, not tired, used, like her bones had held someone else before her. Her breath stuttered. She remembered a scream, but not hers. It came with a flash, a memory not her own, a wedding fire, smoke, a voice crying out in a language she'd never spoken. Roots grabbing ankles, hands covering a mouth, a veil burning. She gasped, sat upright, blinked fast, gone. She touched her face. Her skin was damp, not from sweat, not from rain. Damp like the inside of a cave. Her hands began to shake, then they stopped, and slowly, without meaning to, she began to trace symbols into the dirt beside her, using one finger. Circles, spirals, 4 lines joined at a point. She didn't know what they meant, but someone did, and the veins in her arm darkened again, pulsing once, in rhythm with something beneath the ground. The tree behind her groaned softly. She didn't scream, she didn't cry, she just stared at the dirt. The finger kept moving. And far beneath her feet, the thing buried in the roots smiled again.